What is up, my dear collective family? Um, this video here, I will say that there will be explicit language in this video. Um, but this will be an update on my employment situation and what I'm dealing with within that aspect and realm. So you guys can have a clear, defined aspect of what I'm dealing with. So before I get into that, we need naturally pause for this young cause here, and we're gonna get into this young thing. And in the midst of doing that, I'm gonna be shuffling some mighty fine or deck of oracle cards here, in which I'll probably be popping out a card here and there, which the message probably relay itself. So, with that in hand, let's get this show on the road here, shall we? So, my dear collective family, as an update, as it were, and like this is for anybody catching up also. So, I was targeted, and I have made videos previous about my harassment from my employer, and within the realms of that, my employer had took it up to targeting me to the point of where from, say, was it August 7th to October 15th, I was on paid administrative leave, and then from on October 16th, I was secretly terminated. And in which case in point, I ended up finding out from my insurance company, which was mighty wonderful, by the way. And then after that, situation unfolded of where they had to reinstate me, of course, because none of the paperwork was properly filed. How about that? So, with that, having that understanding of that, and that knowing, where it takes a turn of where we'll call these two individuals, these two characters. Let's say the pupil and Specs. Pupil, I say pupil because like he probably trained her in some aspect or another, and naturally she was trying to watch the master work, thinking that it was gonna, whatever technique or plan he called himself going in with, failed dramatically. Yeah, so I had to lay the foundation on the labels of the individuals that are in this story. So, in this meeting is to take place on the aspect of this form right here. I mean, you could probably screenshot or stop it or pause it or whatever and read it for yourself. Which is pretty much stating the facts that they violated my rights, numerous rights at that, numerous violations, and especially the due process aspect of things. So the meeting was there for the pretty much of the understanding of moving forward, from y'all fucking up and wrongfully terminating me, on how we're going to move forward from this. In the midst of the starting of this conversation, I naturally declared my disappointment on how my case was handled, and that naturally triggered Specs, and I synced the trigger when it actually happened, literally in live time. And what's so crazy is the fact that it was such like a crazy move, because like Specs was like, he sat up in his chair, tapped the pupil, you know what I'm saying? Then they tried to go in on some old shit of mine, of like I had marijuana in my possession, which is a alcohol and drug policy violation, and things of that nature, and in which that whole case was pretty much be tossed out, because like they violated my due process in my very first violation. And then he started talking about how he wanted to try to come after my character at first. Like he mocked me because a part of the aspect of what I wanted was to be part of the administrative team. and he mocked me for it, in which he tried to come after my character of my attendance, and in which I told him like I only have 2 tardies on my record, and relief and repair. Just a little side for you. And from there, I was like, okay, I only have 2, in which he felt that was too much in 2. That was too many in 2 years, which is stupid. I wish he evidently he clearly didn't hear himself speak in that moment, because like that's just stupid. And my tardies weren't even back to back; they were like a bit spaced out. The fact that he came at me on the aspect of where he wouldn't have came at me for the videos that I posted about the harassment, but he would have tried to find something else. In which, when by all means, you could try to do whatever. I mean, but I sat up and paid attention when he said he had some sort of authority to start the termination process over again, and I'm like, right then from there, I knew he was fucked, to be quite honest. But I had to let him play it out. I had to let it play out. I had to be observant. I had to do a little swallowing of pride. But I mean, I still laughed at the end. I mean, I still left that room with a smile on my face, regardless. I mean, 'cause I knew he fucked himself at the end. But anyway, as I was saying, I mean, naturally, the pupil got in a little bit, but like once he started making that comment and tried to then enforce me to start saying certain things within the enforcement of being my what is it, my not supervisor, dang, I'm having a brain fart at this moment. It's terrible. We'll just put it authoritative figure. And like me already knowing the due process, and then the fact that this meeting isn't even about the aspect of anything that I've done wrong. This is about what y'all fucked up and did wrong. But okay, that he wanted to come after my performance, in which my performance has references. My performance is well known. The fact that he didn't even do his homework on the individual before he sat down in front of me. Like the fact that if he would have did a little research and looked at my resume, he would have known that I've been a manager on a multitude of occasions. I've been supervisor before, different occasions. If he would have looked at my evaluations, they would have spoke for themselves just as well. So I found it funny that he came with this, fun, little jovial aspect of things, but as soon as I triggered him with my disappointment of things, then things got real. He took it personally. You should never take this personally, especially if you're a member of management to this degree, and where we're supposed to have a conversation on the repair of damages of my mental and emotional well-being, of me having to deal with the onslaught of constantly being targeted and trying to be constantly manipulated. Just like case in point now, like I have a grievance against Specs, like a real grievance. Like I bet he didn't see that coming. Karma's a bitch. It's a real thing, and like he took the word of somebody else instead of doing his own homework, which is a problem within itself. I'm starting to see that there's a real problem with the totem pole and who has what power in all actuality. But hopefully we'll get to the bottom of that soon enough, and hopefully I'll have some sort of closure. But as it sits right now, that they call themselves changing me shifts, so now I'm losing my shift differential from third shift, even though that I'm not supposed to lose any of my seniority. I'm not supposed to go anywhere. I'm supposed to be losing my position on my third shift, and the fact that supposedly people are fearful or threatened by me coming back to shift, in which they haven't provided any documents, no statements, no dates, no times, no nothing. But yet, I had a short check. Check got shorted. They're shifting my shift from today's shift, so now I have to realign my life because of the fact that I now have to be on day shift because of something that y'all fucked up on. Make that make sense to me, personally. But as I digress, I know the Pupil is just doing her job. She got to be the company woman and commit to that. But like at the same time, like I know like somewhere deep in her heart, she's like, man, this is fucked up. She got to be at some point. Hopefully, but who's to say? I've seen crazier things. People have colder hearts, and I've been betrayed in a multitude of ways. But even given the fact of everything that I'm going through currently, I am the truth, and the truth is built for this. The truth is built to endure, because I got that spiritual connection. You dig? And like with that, man, you can never go wrong. Because like at the end of the day, oh shit, what's this? I operate from the inner queen, divine feminine energy. Psychic abilities, baby. Scorpio moon. Let's get it. But like nonetheless, I find all this quite interesting, and how how they call themselves trying to wordplay with me and things of that nature, and think I'm not going to catch on. Like I see everything. I see through all lies. I see through all bullshit. Like people are going to have this understanding and knowing, and like these are for this statement I'm about to make. Either you know, or you don't. But I love the fact that I know that I am the truth. If you get it, you get it, you jump to jump. But it is what it is, because defining moments, like it's undeniable at this moment. And like who can tell me different? Because like from all my videos that I've posted, there's really no comments, because like most of the things that I'm speaking on is of true nature, and the truth really doesn't really need to have any comebacks, because it is the truth. But I do wish for dialogue from people. I don't know why people don't speak, or whatever the case may be. If we could have a proper discussion, but naturally, like once again, I will always say, make sure you have your receipts, because I definitely got mine. For sure. And I love that aspect, because like it keeps everything proper. And at the end of the day, when you have the statistics, and you have the facts, you have the receipts, no one can say you're lying. But from me to you, this has been a brief catch up, brief update on current events, so to speak, and what I'm having to endure and embrace, and to work around, and hopefully fix, and continue on this thing called life. But until next time, my dear family, you stay blessed, you stay protected. Ashe.